Good evening and welcome to the Sami Parvez show. Today we are joined by our friend Donovan Eckstrom from beautiful Alberta. How are you doing, Donovan?
Sammy, I'm doing great. You got me at home. So I'm currently in my beautiful Kaczynski chic shack. If you want to show you sort of you got a nice little space here, sort
Mm-hmm.
of living. I'll show you what my the front looks like. It looks beautiful outside, Sammy. It is stunning. Show you the outside.
Wow, it's beautiful.
It is. It's winter, except it's like +4 right now, Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is glorious
Mm-hmm.
outside. Big wood
Wow.
pile over there for the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, That is that. Sammy, how are you doing?
It's super, sir. I'm doing fine. I have been I have been off for last 2 days and I work 2 days day shift and 2 days overnight.
Ooh,
So my the schedule is unbalanced since like last couple of days, but now I'm stable. Like tomorrow, next week I will be working full day shift, so it will be okay and or just permanent shift, like permanent schedule. So it's
nice.
okay.
Good. Love to hear it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it has been long time being unemployed. Finally got a job, and I'm fine, well settled. Not very well settled. Have to pay like lots of debt. It's been relied on line of credit, so now need to pay back, and then maybe it would take like maybe less than a year. Then
Good.
it will be back.
I love it. That's what I like
Mhm.
to hear, Sammy.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, okay. Let's talk politics.
There's a lot to talk about since the last time I saw you, my friend. It's all
Hmm.
happening.
Yeah,
Holy
lots of
moly.
things. Every day there is a new news.
It's remarkable. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
have I guess, of course, the big one, a Trudeau stepping down.
Mm-hmm.
Quite remarkable, just sort of out of the blue. So, like it seemed like he was gonna stay on, and then he's like, "Never mind, I'm going to not do that." So, yeah, and now the
Maybe.
Liberals they're gonna have a leadership race that's gonna be like a month long. So we'll see
Yeah.
how that goes.
Yeah, it is. It is terrible. Like you have until January 23rd to put your name on, and then 27th until you need to sign up for membership. And the leadership race will like the new leader will be chosen on March 9. That's it. It's over. Then Parliament will resume, hopefully, will resume on March 24th. If if any unprecedented thing happen, like we don't know, but the parliament will resume on March 24th, and Trudeau asked Governor General to prorogue the parliament until March 24th, as we remember back in 2008 or 2009 when Harper prorogued the parliament. Trudeau criticized it. And this time, Trudeau said no, he's right to prorogue the parliament because if the parliament was stalled, it's been stalled for I believe like maybe 4 months, 6 months. No one knows, like due to green slush funds, and there were too many scandals and corruption. It seems like we are living in a developing nation. Instead of a developed nation, like a country which is called Canada, the land of opportunity. Yeah, it is shocking to learn. I know, like there are very few journalists who are talking about who talked about green slush fund. You don't much hear from mainstream media. It seems like it is over. It is not over. If you dig in on the green slush fund, liberal insiders got rich and richer, richest. This is shocking, and it is extremely shameful to these elected officials and to the mainstream media who is not doing its job to make these politicians accountable. Like we need, like no one knows what will happen as now green slush fund is over technically as the parliament has been prorogued. and those it means the business is over now. The government needs to bring a new throne speech, then they will go from there. But is we also know that I don't know if you know about it not, but today I was reading CBC News cited Radio Canada like Trudeau. On the same day he resigned, he spoke with NDP leader Jagmeet Singh and Blanchet Bulakubakloa leader. That it mean he asked them to support its government mandate for the next throne speech when the parliament resumes for next few weeks or month. Like they said no, hell no, like it must be over for now. And yeah, Jagmeet Singh receives his pension, he is fine, and Blanche already said he's done with liberal government, it's time to go for an election. Quebecers are also sick of it. Now whenever the parliament resumes, it maybe take 2 to 3 days, then there will be a no confidence motion, and there will be a vote where all three parties vote. They have no confidence on this liberal government. The parliament get dissolved, and then we will have an election maybe within 33 days or maybe 50 days, but within 50 days we have an election. And liberal would have at that time their new leader. I'm talking too much, but today I had David Credon, a great journalist, and he has got what is his their channel is called. Sorry, David, I forgot your channel name. On guard, on
On
guard,
guard.
like that's right, yeah. Yeah, so he said that there could be some chances, as it happened back in 1979 when senior Trudeau resigned, then Joe Clark took the power. Then Joe Clark was defeated in 1980. Then again they said, yeah, let's bring back Pierre Trudeau. Like they had no chance. I think election was within 2 months. So there could be that circumstances what David predicted. Maybe they would bring back Trudeau back. Like they need him. He has been power. He is a very experienced person. He can do whatever, like he's a good campaigner. Maybe they would bring him back. No one knows yet, but there will be a leadership race. But Trudeau said he said very well. He said Trudeau did not resign. Trudeau intend to resign. Like Trudeau specifically used those terms. Maybe Trudeau said no, like I will lead the party. Like no one knows. And in the short term, and also like Melanie Jolie, she ruled out running. Dominic LeBlanc was one of favorite candidate, even though like back in January or February, Globe and Mail reported cited sources that LeBlanc was planning to run. Like talking to his insiders that is preparing for the plan. But suddenly we now come to know that LeBlanc ruled out, and now we have Mark Carney and Christia Freeland, and there are, I know, like there are one another like a liberal backbencher. He said he's running, but he's not good. Okay, we are not going
No,
to
I
waste
love
our
them.
time
Are ya?
discussing about. We are not going to waste our precious time for this rubbish man who said like French is not we don't need French. How the hell you don't need French?
Are
French,
ya?
Quebec,
I love them.
and we have a province which is called Newfoundland, no, New Brunswick, which is a bilingual. Hell, when you are a prime minister, you should speak French and English. Otherwise, you cannot be a prime minister. Please tell me which prime minister was not bilingual in the past. We have a governor general who is not bilingual. She faced many criticism. Even the Quebecer said, get the hell out. Like this was a big backlash. And the hell, two cabinet minister who are calling for, who are openly saying on the X that we need bilingual leadership candidate. The next liberal leader must be bilingual. Now somebody, God, for the for the God's sake, go ask this guy who does not speak very well English, and he said, no French, no, no.
I love it. Arya's the guy. I'm rooting
Yeah,
for him.
can,
I think he's got a
yeah.
chance, Sammy. I think
Yeah,
we
I
gotta.
said we are not going to waste our time for talking about him, what he barks, but what the hell you said, no, no French. No, no, no.
Phenomenal.
I know like this guy was brought in on DI quota system, like Trudeau brought him this guy, that guy, just sake of their identity, skin identity. Now when if I get elected or if I get selected for a job, some people will see my look and face and they will think about Trudeau what did. Hey, did you get like on DI quota? No, the hell I have, like I have stopped like like there is something you need to check mark for applying for some jobs. I have said no, I'm not going to answer these DI, like I stopped up. I stopped mentioning that one. Then some people, some folks like on Facebook, where someone said, "No, you need to apply. You need to put that one. Maybe you would get a job." I said, "Okay."
Sammy, you're fascinating. You're a
Thank you,
fascinating man. This is why I love talking to you.
thank
You're
you
an
so much.
incredible
Yeah,
man.
thank you. Yeah, this gets sick. Like you are just being selected or elected based on your skin. Like you are putting that quota system. We don't need quota system. We need to bring back this merit system back. We need qualified folks. Like we don't need a governor general who just yes sir, yes ma'am. We need someone who said no. And as we spoke, I don't know you watched our last episode, not with David said in the history of Canada. Once it happened back in 1923 when the Governor General was Lord, I don't know, like, but he was like he served in the military, like then he was appointed as the Governor General. He told the Prime Minister, no, the other you have less seats as compared to or less MPs as compared to other parties, so no, I'm not going to probe the parliament. There will be a vote, like you need to give opportunity to other parties. Let them make a government. Like they made it. Like we need these folks. Like we need qualified folks. We need those who served in the military or who devoted their lives for this country. We don't need folks like our last governor general who just spent uh, thousands of or maybe millions of dollars, like running here and there. Like she was just an athlete, but like it was waste. Like our this governor general who was just brought in because she is an indigenous. There could be many more extraordinary indigenous people, very well qualified, very well bilingual, like folks, you need to get them here, like as governor general or other top position rather than bringing someone on DI quota and who should say always say yes sir, yes madam. We don't need these folks. Yeah, go ahead. Now it's your turn.
It's all good, Sammy. No, you're feeling it. You're heated. It's beautiful. No,
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's not even necessarily a DI thing. It's as much as it is having a lapdog, right? Who chooses
Mm-hmm.
the governor general? You have that with all the commissioners. You have that with the ethics commissioner. You have that with the governor general. It's like, oh, I owe you my job. And yeah, I think that there might have been a more principled folks back then that were willing to, say back what their problems are. But Sammy, this is the breaking news that I made a video and I'm going to upload it right away. But Sammy, I am throwing my name into the liberal leadership race.
Well, really?
I'm going to upload the video. I don't have $350,000, so I'm making a fundraiser. And if I don't make it by January 23rd, I'm donating it all to animal welfare charities across Canada. So I'm going to donate it to the Toronto Humane Society, my local shelter, as well as the Alberta Animal Rescue Cruise Society. So that is so I'm gonna do it. I'm throwing my name in, Sammy. We'll see if I can make that $350,000 in in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. So I'm going to upload that video right after this, and we'll see if magic can happen, Sami. That is the breaking news. You're right on top of that. So yes, I will be. I made the video. I'll upload it onto X as well as different platforms to express my excitement. But yes, Sami,
Okay,
that is.
that's great. You may need to send it to me. Like I can upload it on my uh YouTube, like Donovan Eckstrom, like
I'll send
announces
that.
his intention to run his liberal leadership campaign. And as you were French, I know, like we talked, like there was Lesa Lemard Warden by election. So you talked about little bit French, and did you spoke this? Did you do it in bilingual, like French and English, or only English? Your campaign, like
So in
campaign message.
LaSalle Mart Verdun, I did it as much French as possible because it is Quebec is a French language state, and so I spoke en français. I got a 53 in grade 12 French. I think I did a pretty good job, honestly, all things considered. Mon français est très mal. Mon spirit est très bien. So I can kind of speak it poorly. So yeah, that is. But hey, maybe Arya's right. Maybe French is. We don't need French. You can just speak about the issue. No, we're not going to talk about that guy. No, but I think my French is fairly okay, Sami. It's not great, but I watch like The
Mhm,
Simpsons in French to help learn.
mhm.
Watch some TV shows in French, and I do my best with that. But yes, I will be yes I'll send you that video, Sami, along with the GoFundMe link. If I make the $350,000, I will legitimately apply, and I can only assume they'll accept me. I doubt any reason why they wouldn't. But I've got a feeling. I got a feeling they'll say no. But whatever. If I make the $350,000 and they say no, I will still donate all of the proceeds, 100%. I'll post proof of it, and sort of split it down. I'm going to do 50% to the Alberta Animal Rescue Cruise Society, 30% to the
Mhm.
Toronto Humane Society, and then 20% to my local animal shelter. So if I somehow don't make it, which I no doubt will, I have a feeling $350,000 easy. Anybody can raise that.
Really, 350? Anyone can raise it?
No, I have. It's probably going to be incredibly difficult in
As,
2 weeks.
as Brian tweeted today, like, does anyone have 300,000, 350,000 lying like there? I said, I don't have a penny.
What kind of goes a little bit? What is interesting, Sami, is that like considered a donation? Like where's that $350,000 going to go? Because political
I
party
don't know, like, where
donations,
it will go. I was curious to know.
like political party donations, it's a limit of like $3,000. So is this
Mhm,
going to be like some weirdo? Particularly if you get like five candidates, that's a 1.5 million or so. It's gonna, yeah, about 1.5 million or whatever. Like that's crazy, Sami. It's just over
mhm.
like 175 million. Like it's crazy, almost $2 million. Like
Mhm.
where's that going? So I'm like, this is strange. Um,
I know, like, they will do it, use it, exploit it.
so it's like a money laundering scheme. I find that fascinating, but.
Mhm.
But yeah, so yeah, Sami, I'll upload that video. I'll send it your way, and then yeah, I'm gonna formally announce my
Should
intention
I
to.
should I tweet?
Sure, go for it. Breaking.
Break and
Donovan
Donovan.
Eckstrom.
What should I mention you as a Donovan Ekstrom
Yeah,
is
at
announced?
Donovan Eckstrom is going to be running for the Liberal leadership. We'll post video very soon, and it will
Donovan
happen.
Ekstrom announces to run for Liberal
Liberal
Party
Quebec.
leadership race to replace Justin Trudeau.
I hope that everybody posts this on Wikipedia and edits it. That I have confirmed my candidacy.
Running.
I hope that.
I may need to. I may. We can do an exclusive interview. When are you available?
I might be available tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Uh,
we can do it. I have been working until 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. No, we can do it after 8 o'clock my time.
yeah, I should be good because I have a musical rehearsal that I'm doing tomorrow. Then I'm running a race. I'm running a race on Sunday. I decided to run a race. I'm running an 11-kilometer race out in the woods, so that'll be kind
Wow.
of fun.
You will
That's on Sunday.
raise money with this race. How it works?
Oh, it's just I'm just doing it on my own. It's like a quick little. It's like I had to give them like money, but I get a toque, which is kind of good. So that'll be nice. My head will be warm. Um, but yeah,
Okay.
no. So that's yes, indeed,
Mm-hmm.
indeed, Sam.
Okay. Let's get back to our topic. Like Trudeau progs the parliament, and he criticized back in that year. I think it
Yeah,
was 2008 when Harper progged the parliament because the opposition parties came together. They wanted to form a government. So it means Trudeau went against of its own thoughts. What he suggested transparency, hell no transparency. Even though Black Cloak reporter was reporting that how many $200,000 or $300,000 were wasted just for influencing like 13 years kids for this TikTok, like videos to getting their attention. And it is a completely waste of taxpayers' money when food banks are, uh, uh, like they are stressed, like it means they are full. They cannot do more to support these. No, uh, like 3 million, no, it was 1 million or 2 million people turned to food bank, like I think it was last March or when. I don't recall exactly, but it was over a million people, like then our government is wasting money here and there, but not doing enough to feed people, to feed the Canadian citizen, to feed taxpayers who paid in their life to help, or to pay taxes, like to help this corrupt government, to corrupt these elected officials, to get to live luxury life. I always send email to these people. I pray. I said I pray to God Almighty. May God Almighty bring the greatest curse upon you people, which must be a lesson for others, that we are paying taxes to you. Like we are paying for your luxurious life, but you are not doing your job. Like may God bring great curse upon all of these elected officials who are not doing their jobs faithfully. Like this is like paid researchers, 281,689 to develop attention grabbing TikTok videos for 13 years old. Access to information records show Digital Citizens program was approved by Karina Gold. TikTok used by Fed employees is banned by TBS, or what is called TBS Canada,
yeah.
telecommunication broadcasting, whatever that is called. And this woman is the leader of the government in the House of Commons. What the heck are you doing, man? Yeah, like you are ruining taxpayers' money like this, but that's why I pray. Like I'm very, like when I was jobless, I said just pray. I don't know, like when the God Almighty listened to my praise, but whenever He will listen, like He just uh, shower is curse upon these people, like which must be a lesson for others, which should happen once in a lifetime for one politician, one elected official. Others will take lessons from them, but I don't know, like when God listens to me.
Well, the polling numbers are showing that a lot of them aren't going to get jobs soon, so that's nice, I guess. You got to look at some of the
Hmm.
positive, but
I don't know, like
yes,
maybe they will rely on our taxes, like EI, EI, or other, like social services. I never went to social services, like for almost a year being unemployed. I just stayed on and I fought back, and now I'm okay. I need to just have patience and what. And we I just want to mention there is a gentleman Ali AQ. I don't know like what is his last name. He always comment on our YouTube videos, and right now we just commented like on our live chat. He said, "Super guys, do it in noble intentions." And thank you very much, Ali, for always your support. We appreciate folks like you who always motivate us. It means a lot to us. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, Donovan, let's move on and let's talk about Trump. Trump is made, it seems like Trump is, you remember, like Trump, Trudeau visited Mar-a-Lago, met with Trump, with Dominic LeBlanc, and is chief of staff. I don't know what is her name. Katie Telford. So Dominic LeBlanc said Trump was joking, like he was playing tunes on this and that. Uh, so yeah, yeah, annexing Canada, it could be a joke, but 25% tariffs are not joke. Like he's serious about those tariffs. Now he's saying we don't need Canada oil, we don't need Canada cars, we don't need Canada dairy, we don't need Canada lumber. So where the hell we are going to sell them if a US says we don't need them? Why the hell we are spending? He says, Trump says, I think billions of dollars on security. Like you remember back in 20 early last year, I think there were some balloons were flying over Canada space, which were shot down, not Canada forces, but our ally, our neighbor, US forces. Like though Trudeau say he ordered it, he did not order it. It was ordered by President Biden. Like this was shameful. It means we don't have enough our own security to secure our borders, not from these illegal immigrants, but these other folks, like like our space is just flying like arctic arctic ocean, like which can be anytime, can be Russia or China could take it over. Like we don't have enough defense. Like we have millions of dollars pouring in Ukraine and Russia war. We are sending billions of dollars there, but we don't have enough for spending our own defense. You remember last year when our military forces says that they are paying on their own meal, like they are serving in the Poland, but like they are paying their own meal, like I think relied on food bank or something like that was happening at that time. This is extremely shameful. And then we have a prime minister who told a veteran that we cannot, you are asking more than we can give you, like they are not asking more than, when you pour millions of dollars to Africa how to use toilet. This is, you cannot use the beach as a toilet. You are spending Canadian taxpayer dollars there, but you are not spending enough in our defense forces. This is shocking. So I don't know like what will happen, but it is completely shameful that Trump is keep saying that we don't need Canada. Like Canada and US always been allies. As I think Trudeau maybe did not give a good response, but Pierre Poulier would have gave a great response. Like we fought Iraq war, we fought Afghanistan war, we fought Vietnam war, which all war from this our beautiful or great ally or neighbor US. Like we it means Canada was not involved in Canada was not attacked on 9/11. US was attacked. So it means that the US got attacked. We think as Canadian that we were attacked too. Like we always take responsibility, always care. Right now, the California is burning, so our fighter jets are there, or not fighter jets, but those
The water bombers.
water bombers are there. Like today, one was shot down by a drone. No one knows how it hit, but it mean it was sad movement. Like luckily the pilot was safe. Nothing happened. Like it means you are two allies and two closest partner. This thing should not happen. But when we have a prime minister who does not have good authority or some moral, does not show moral responsibility for our defense, then people like Trump would come to tell us, yeah, we don't need you. If you don't need us, then where the hell we would go? What is your take on this?
Well, so it's a couple of things because it's very easy. Like talk is cheap. You can sort of just say whatever you want, right? And I think the
Yeah.
reality is that there is quite a reliance between the two countries on all these resources. You can sit down and say, we'll just cut down all the trees in the forest.
Hmm.
Easier said than done. I think that it does highlight a lot of things though. Like what was it? I was watching a lot of those old leadership debates, and there was the John Turner
Yeah,
versus
yeah, yeah.
Brian Mulroney, and Turner
Hmm.
sort of saying that free trade is going to cripple Canada, and that was almost 50 years ago.
Hmm.
And now we're looking at it being like, oh yeah, that's sort of that over reliance. I think there will be something. It said talk is cheap. Anybody can say anything. I can sit down and say, like if Trudeau could say, we're just gonna not trade ever with the states, and it's like okay, like
Hmm.
I think that there is a bit of bluster, of course, but that's Trump's art of the deal. He sort of comes in with that bluster. Put you off edge. Okay, we'll do whatever we want, and you see it with some of the premiers. Alberta's premier Danielle Smith is relenting to Trump, saying, "Look at how good we are on the border. We love giving you guys oil." Trump immediately says this, so I think ultimately that's going to come from it. But it is true that like our military is woefully it's underspent. Um, I had a friend who was a dual Canadian American citizen,
Hmm.
and he lived in Canada most of his life, and he went to university in Canada. We met in university, and he applied to the Canadian military,
Hmm.
saying that because he wanted to be in the military, and applied to join the Canadian military. After a month, he reached out to them saying, "Hey, I'm just wondering what's going on with my application." Didn't hear back from them, and so he applied to the American military, and within I think 15 hours. They sent him all the packages. They're like, this is what you need to do. This, da 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 da. Welcome aboard. And then 6 months later, he got his application from Canada. So it's like 7 months of
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I think that there comes a point where you do need to start spending that money, and I think that's
Hmm.
partially what Trump is hoping to push on there too, of
Hmm.
the over reliance. I don't think it's going to be. He might put a tariff on a couple of things to sort of show, oh, I wasn't joking. But I think ultimately, if he can spend less, I think it's also highlighting too the American debt problem. And I think he doesn't want to spend extra money that America doesn't have. America's debt's in the tens of trillions of
Hmm.
dollars. And if you don't have to spend a few $1 million up and get those cuts wherever you can. Great, Canada's spending its 3% of its GDP on the military. Great, good, and they're okay. We can pull back a little bit. Canada can do its thing. If Russia or China decide to invade Canada, of course we'll come and help. But we don't have to be the ones that have to shoot down these balloons. Canada can do it, and I think that's kind of where a lot of it is. I said, I think it's a lot of bluster. It seems, and I'm still gonna hold it. I know it's sort of like a risky maneuver to sort of hold that, but because he could just bring those tariffs, and Canada will sort of suffer greatly. But then again, you start thinking about outside of that, there'd be European countries coming in to help. They and a lot of the world doesn't want that to happen either. I think there's a lot of countries that would come in and send supplies and make quick trade agreements with Canada just to keep it afloat while this is happening. So I said, I'm not. I still think it's a lot of bluster. Um, we'll see. We'll see in a couple of weeks, Sammy. We'll see in a couple of weeks what happens. That'll be that'll be the surprise. Indeed. And yeah, we'll see too if all of a sudden the NDP decide to shift as they're known to keep the Canadian government going a little bit longer. Um, but that, of course, remains to be seen.
I'm
Sammy,
mute.
you're
Sorry, I'm
muted.
mute. Yeah, I'm
All
mute.
good.
I was mute. Sorry. Yeah, I said like Singh already told Trudeau that it means he's not going to save this time because he is already like his polls are very bad. Like worse than Justin Trudeau. He may lose his own seat. Singh may lose his own seat. That's why he's really concerned. I think that's why Singh is not going to support this guy, Justin Trudeau.
I mean,
Who
Singh
knows?
Singh
But
says a lot. Singh talks a lot, Sammy. Singh says a lot of things, and then he
he does opposite of it, right?
so it's his talk is very cheap. I don't really trust it. So we'll see what he does in March. It'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, if you vote with conservative, it would be huge relief for all Canadians. Like I personally was very sick. Like I always I predicted like Justin Trudeau is not going to resign, but I wish he resigned. Yeah,
Oh no, like the fact that we're stuck in this, like he should have resigned. If you're gonna resign, resign in early December.
yeah.
We're coming towards the end of this.
Hmm.
Boom. Then, but like, yeah, you've kind of, you, or at the very least, resign in like October. So then we have a
Yeah.
government or an election right when the president comes in, if Trump decides to do all that. But
Hmm.
silly,
Yeah.
silly guy, Justin Trudeau, silly guy. And who knows? Wouldn't it be funny if Justin Trudeau throws his name in the ring and he decides to run for leadership, and then he
Wow,
says,
this would be
"Ah, I
shocking.
got one more in me."
I must dedicate. Okay, so Melanie Jolie, if Freeland does not go for it. So I think Freeland and Mark Carney would announce this month. And Christia Clark is also willing to run. Like Christia Clark said, she has never been a conservative, but the record shows she bought membership for to support John John Shirey's name is like
Yeah,
last
I'm sure.
yeah, he ran in 2022 leadership.
Also, the BC Liberals are were conservative,
More
more
conservative and
conservative.
liberal, right?
Yeah, yeah. But they called themselves the BC Liberals, but they operated more as like a small C conservative government. So it's very interesting to hear
Hmm.
her say that. Oh, and then yeah, well, like now all the politics stuff is happening, right? So that comes out. Mark Carney gets that picture with Ghislaine Maxwell,
Hmm.
Jeffrey Epstein's suitor. You're like, this is great. These are our choices for the liberals. Unreal. It's beautiful, Sammy. It's they're gonna just eat each other alive, and I think they'll get a small boost. I think they'll do better than if Trudeau was there, but not by much. I think it'll start to fall out from under them pretty quick.
Hmm. Yeah, it would be interesting. I don't know, like, did you watch President Jimmy Carter funeral when there was a conversation between Trump and Obama? Like
Obama?
if you watch back in like during when Trump was running in 2014 or 15, he kept calling, like Obama was born in Kenya, you know. It was crazy when Trump won and then became the president, but his tone kept down when he was president elect. Then in 2016 or early 2017, when he met with Obama, like his tone was completely shaped. Is his tone now after becoming president elect? It has been shaped, but it was completely surprising. And he was yesterday he was talking with media in a press conference. I was just sharing a clip today. I was watching where it says that he liked by everyone. Like he said that he talked with Obama. Like shared some laughs. And so it is surprising to see like how Trump is getting along with Obama. If you see since like back in 20, maybe not 2008 but 2012, when or maybe early then, when Obama joked on that press gallery that Trump was, it mean saying that, it mean he joked about Trump is right that I was born in Kenya. Like at that time, since then, it mean Trump was calling him out, but it mean it seemed like they got get along. Maybe Trump would or Obama would help him out during this presidency.
I
Like
think.
you. Yeah.
Oh, you can go ahead.
I said, like, like usually former presidents always help their successor. Is like they leave a note if you need help, as Obama wrote in his, I don't know like where I read it, but Obama said like Bush suggested him that you need to use always sanitizers for your end, and if you need any help, I'm always available from a call or something like that. I don't know like where I read it, but he said somewhere like this. Like it mean Bush suggested him, like then always they meet. Like if a war or crisis would come over, so they will call their successor, or no, yeah, successor,
Yeah,
yeah, to help them, predecessor. Yeah, the current president will call is a predecessor for the help.
I do think that Obama, though, if you saw sort of everybody else interacting with Trump, it was quite cold. Uh, W. Bush didn't really
Hmm.
acknowledge him. A lot of them weren't really acknowledging. I think it also helps Obama's just like a chill guy.
Hmm.
He just sort of he seems quite personable.
Hmm.
And I think that helped quite a bit. And he's like, well, somebody's got to sit next to Donnie. So I'll sit next to Donnie. And then
Hmm.
he just started talking to him there the whole time. He's like, and I think that helps.
Hmm.
I think he's offering, I think he's a personable guy, and I think he would
Yeah.
probably do that with anybody. Be like, yep, no, I'll help you out with this or whatever, what have you.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, and also like if you notice, like Biden also ignored Kamala Harris. Like
yeah,
his wife also ignored her, and they both ignored like Harris, and his husband also ignored Obama, and Bush and Trump. All of them were
it's
ignored.
weird.
Like
Yeah,
usually they do shake hand or
more
just acknowledge
personable.
it. Yeah, it seems like they have ego. I think Biden is still angry on Harris, because due to her, he was kicked out, and he was kicked out because once we because of Clinton back in or Hillary Clinton back in 2016, and now due to this Kamala Harris, he was again kicked out. Like, but now it is his age. We cannot blame Harris or anyone, but it was unfair for a person like Joe Biden, who devoted his entire life for public.
Yeah. No, it seemed, yeah, there was a weird vibe there. Every time it would cut to them, you wanted to see kind of what was going on. And,
Mhm.
not a fair amount of stuff to read there. Sammy, I only have a little bit of time left.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's do some of it. Where? Yeah, it has been an hour. Sorry, mate. Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
good.
I did not.
Oh,
I was not seeing that. I was not looking the time. Yeah, and also one more thing. Trudeau is appearing more on CNN or Canadian or American history media as compared to Canadian one. Like it is also shocking to see a prime minister is not sitting with a CBC or a CTV or Radio Canada or other mainstream media. Not however the Sami Parvez show, they will never set, like, but at least they would set like CBC, which is a Canadian Broadcast Corporation, but he's sitting with MNBC or and CNN,
CNN.
or maybe
Yeah.
later on ABC, maybe Fox News. I don't think he's going to give any interviews with Fox News. Yeah, but yeah, I think we leave it from here, or you have
Yeah.
something more to say?
I can just comment quick. I think it's just sort of it's a politician saying the big news. He's like, I don't want to talk to Canadians because they hate me right now. The very least that I can do is try to convince some Americans that Canada is its own thing, and that people shouldn't listen to Trump. Like, I think it's just a politician thing. I think he's like, what's he going to say in these year-end interviews in Canada? Like, it's going to be them being like, you've screwed this up, you've screwed this up, you've screwed this up, you've screwed this up. Like, and I think he's well aware that it's a waste of time for him. Yeah, and I understand that. Obviously, you should talk to your Canadian media, but I think he's looking at it being like, my time could be better used in the States, where I can tell people, and I can try to get this fire out, similar with what's happening in LA. And so I think he's trying to, save face a little bit, but obviously it doesn't look good. And so I don't think it's necessarily like he's turning his nose to Canadian media, being like, these guys. I think he's just mostly is like, if I go on there, I'm going to get crucified. So I'm just going to stay on American stuff for right now. So I think it's just a politician move. I think it's stupid and it
Mhm.
doesn't look good, but regardless, he's not going to look good on these interviews either. So it really doesn't matter at this point. Intends to step down. And so we'll see what happens with that. But I think he's just doing it. He's like, I can do more of an impact on American television right now than I could in Canadian television. And, whether that's a good move or not, I don't know. It's obviously, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but I think him going on like global, he would just get chewed out too. So he's like, I'll just avoid that and go onto these shows and convince at least some Americans that Canada deserves to be a country. So, just my thoughts on that. But Sammy, I'm going to let you go. Uh,
Yeah.
I will chat with you tomorrow evening.
Yeah, we will definitely have a conversation, not live, but we will record it and then we will post it for our audience to watch it in a
Love it.
better manner, and we will have an exclusive interview with Donovan Eckstrom from Grand Prairie, Alberta, as he's running for Liberal leadership to become the next Prime Minister of Canada. And if you can support him, so you will share all the details tomorrow, or maybe
All right.
later you will tweet or post something. You will also
I
share
will.
the video exclusively with the Sami Parvez show as he's running for his leadership race. And we wish him very best. And yeah, I think he will make sure that Canada must remain bilingual.
Of
Would you
course.
would you
Trey
would you
bien.
commit would you commit to Canada to keep Canada as a bilingual country?
Of course. Trey bien, Sammy. Trey bien. Au revoir, mon ami. Très bon. Je ne sais pas. Au revoir, mon ami. I will chat with you later. Take
Hmm.
care. Great show.
Okay.
Great quick
Yeah.
show.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Donovan. You take care. We will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.